we're going to get into what's going on in the real estate market. And there's obviously a lot in the news right now. So you're probably wondering, like, how does this apply? What applies? I'm currently investing. What does this actually look like? So we're here to take a look at the numbers and help you as investors make sense of it all. Things have slowed down, very similar to last month. It's kind of typical of the summer. Month over month, we're really similar. Things of sales are going down since last month. There's a little bit more inventory, hence the slowdown. But one of the things that we're finding, like out in the field, is it's really property type and area dependent. There's still a lot of competition in those entry level properties, anything from like the 500 to 900 or so kind of range. And so one of the things, like, we'll take a look at the whole Greater Vancouver board, but always remember with stats, it's an average of everything. And to keep in consideration of, like, it matters like what type of property and what area that you are looking at. We'll go on to the absorption. So sales to active listing ratio. This is all down since last month. There's a little bit more inventory, not as much of it is selling. So of all the residential properties, 25% of them that are getting listed are getting sold. You'll see in there like the townhome and apartments, those entry level properties, that's where the most competition is going to be seen. Your benchmark sale price. So if you look in all categories, prices, despite what's going on, prices are still up. We're up month over month. We're up year over year. And I think, it's a combination of a lot of factors, the lack or the slowdown in the sales. I think, again, it's, we're in summer. People want to do summer things. They don't necessarily want to shop for houses. Obviously, the interest rates, there's a lot of uncertainty. And for the average person, when there's a lot of uncertainty, most people kind of take a step back. So even despite that, we are still seeing prices rise. And they took a big dive, in that 2020, 2021 market there. But what does this mean for you guys looking for investment properties? So one of the things that applies to any property is that location is everything. So one of the things that impacts the value of a property when it comes to investment is proximity to public transportation. So there's two opportunities right now. There's the Broadway subway plan, and then the Surrey to Langley SkyTrain plan as well. So just a quick little update on the Broadway plan here. So you'll notice on the slide here, so the orange marking there, that's going to be the new subway. It's going to give access and a lot of opportunity to UBC, the quick access to those people in all of those communities to downtown. There's the hospital. There's just a lot of opportunity there. So there's going to be 6 new underground stations, and the trains are going to cycle through, especially in peak hours, like every 3-4 minutes there. So construction's already started in 21. It's projected to be complete in 2026. So kind of that short-term pain for that long-term gain, what you're looking at in this area. Obviously, it's, the pain of construction until it's completed, but then after the fact, it's going to be a really great opportunity for property value-wise in and around those that area there. This is the Langley one. So this is going to 16-kilometer extension from Surrey out to Langley City. Goes from King George SkyTrain station all the way down to the city of Langley at 203 Street in Langley there. So there's going to be 8 stations there, and it's about a 22-minute end-to-end there. So just again, giving access to more people there. There's a lot of great opportunities investment-wise in that Surrey Langley area, especially for maybe a newer investor that doesn't have a ton of, you're probably not buying a $800,000 condo in, downtown Vancouver, but maybe something in around that $500,000 range. There's even the opportunities for pre-sales, especially looking at kind of the completion date of this project. So this one is projected to start next year and then projected to be complete in 2028 there. a lot of talk in the news about the lack of affordable housing. That's like every second thing that I see. There's memes, there's, you know, tons of stuff on social media making fun and making light of certain things. And, you know, we're here to take a serious look at it and figure out what certain opportunities are. But, you know, this article just says like, Burnaby municipality is just taking things kind of into their own hands to create more rental opportunities there. And you'll notice if you've been watching the downtown West End, a lot in the last, say, five or so years, is there was a lot of plans for these high-rise, really high-end luxury buildings that have since been scrapped for like rental-only buildings. And we found these like old West End buildings. They kicked the tenants out, they boarded it up, and then that was the plan, was to tear it down and build these like high-rise, high-end luxury properties that were going to projected to be sold for around like $2,000 to $3,000 a square foot. And then COVID hit, interest rates hikes, and, you know, all of that kind of accumulating together, there's really no absorption for that type of product. Obviously, you know, in order to purchase a condo at $2,000 to $3,000 a square foot, you need to be a multimillionaire. And the demand is just not there. The demand is for this affordable housing. And so the city of Vancouver is trying to incentivize developers, because developers aren't incentivized. It's way more profitable for them to build a building, and they can stratify it, sell it, move on to the next project. They're not incentivized right now to build these like rental only buildings. So the city is trying to incentivize developers that are creating affordable housing. So that's where the opportunity comes in here. I included this article just because I think it's really good for us to be aware, whether, you know, you're like us and you're helping people buy and sell properties, you know, weekly, monthly, like daily, or you're an investor and you're purchasing a couple properties, you know, every 2, 3, 4 years, is to make sure that you really do your due diligence. Bylaws change, regulations change. We were just chatting about short-term rentals. Things are continuously changing in that. And this article, it was about a gentleman that purchased a condo it was a 14-unit bare land strata. So the take-home message of this is just to understand what you're buying. Because I always tell clients, when you purchase a condo, you're not just purchasing, you know, the 4 walls and the balcony and the cute area. You're purchasing the whole corporation, how it's run, the financials, how it's managed, the type of ownership that it is. And so this gentleman, it was a 14-unit bare land strata. So with bare land, the land is divided. It's not units in a building. And I guess the message is the type of strata cannot be determined by looking at the property. And what I mean by that is a bare land strata, it could look like a single family detached home. It could look like a townhouse. It could look like a duplex. Where you verify the type of ownership is on that strata plan. So that's one of the things that we're always, as a Mogul team, we're making sure that we do that due diligence, because especially as investors, you want to be aware, well, any type of property owner, you need to be aware of what you're really purchasing there and how it's being run. And I guess lastly, to wrap up, always remember that real estate, it's a long game. And so for you as an investor, to make sure that you understand what your real estate goals are, to have those long-term goals, communicate that with whoever you are working with. And then we come in and we help you strategize with what your goals are, what the current market is doing, and then we put together a plan there. Because it's tough to wait on speculation. Like, a deal only exists in the context of right now. So the most important thing is for you to understand your goals, and then to understand what your current resources are, and then get connected with a Mogul agent, and we'll take care of the rest.